Morning. Today's the day I'm heading back to my local Nissan dealer, Westover in Poole, to collect my car. If you regularly watch, you'll know that on my last service, there was a bit of a coming together of my car and something as yet unidentified by somebody as yet unidentified. But the bottom line was they damaged my car and they've gone about fixing it. I'm not sure at this time exactly what they've done to fix it, but I've been told it's ready for collection, so that's where I'm heading now. While I'm driving back over to the garage, it gives me an opportunity to have a few minutes chat with you about this 2018 40 kilowatt hour Nissan Leaf. Now, I've done a video with all my views and opinions on it. That was the last video. Just a couple of things that I just wanted to add, really. I've had this car now for just over a week. I've covered, just come up for 505 miles. My average miles per kilowatt hour since I've had this car is 3.9. Now you might think that's not brilliant. Considering it's the middle of the summer here, we have had weeks of very, very good hot weather. But remember, I had this car on test, so I haven't driven it as economically as I would my own. I've tried lots of different settings. I've used ProPilot an awful lot, and obviously any cruise control, it isn't as efficient as your own driving. So personally speaking, I'm quite impressed with that. I know this time of year in my 24 kilowatt hour Nissan Leaf, I would average about 4.1 miles per kilowatt hour. So it's not a million miles away, considering I've been driving this quite hard. What I'm finding in the mornings when I get into the car, it's showing me I've got about 160 to 165 miles at 100% charge. So if that gives you a bit of an idea around miles per kilowatt hour, what you can expect with the guessometer, it gives you a bit of a clue. And the other thing I wanted to talk about in relation to this car was ProPilot. I said before that I used it, and I used it in slow moving traffic and found it very effective there. It stopped, started, and all the rest of it stayed in the lane. Actually, I would suggest I've probably, because a lot of the driving I've done this week has been on dual carriageways, I've used it the vast majority of the time I've been in this car, whether it's been on fast A roads or on dual carriageways, and it's performed really, really well, and I've really enjoyed driving with it. So for me, if I were to choose this car, or indeed any car that's got a ProPilot equivalent on, unless the cost of it was a substantial amount, I would certainly look to add it, because I found that feature really nice and a really relaxing way of driving. It, as I said before, you still need to drive the car. You can't, it's not an autopilot, but the car does most of the functions for you. You just need to oversee it and make sure everything's safe. So I thought it was just worth mentioning, because I liked that feature more than I thought I would. I thought it was just a bit of additional cruise control that I wouldn't use, because cruise control isn't efficient. In this car, for my journeys, the efficiency, no problem, and I really, really liked the ProPilot functions. So next stop, let's go and pick up my 24 kilowatt hour Leaf and see what that repair's like that they've done on it. Oh dear, I'm still in the 2018 Nissan Leaf, and the reason being, the repair was done brilliantly. It looked absolutely stunning. They had my car in its own separate area under lights. They had they've put the paint guard on it. They valeted it inside and out. Everything about the way they had my car set up for me to have back was absolutely brilliant. I couldn't have asked for any more. The problem being, when I looked around the rest of the bumper, away from where the repair had happened, it was difficult to work out what had happened, but there was a lacquer run at the top edge of the bumper. Now, whether looking at it, the bumper had been dinked while it was off the car and they'd done a bit of a touch-up repair job, and then the lacquer had just run a bit, or whether, I don't know what they would have been doing up in that part of the bumper, because the damage was low down on the offside. So it was only by chance I happened to see those few marks. And then I looked a bit further, and the near side front wheel, the alloy, has also been dinked. And you know, to their credit, they absolutely 100% believed what I said and asked no questions. It would have been very, very easy of them to say, no, that was already there. Genuinely, it was not there. I know that car inside out, back to front, the amount of times I've cleaned and polished it. So I know that damage was definitely 100% not on there. And they didn't ask any questions. So disappointed I haven't got my car back. But, you know, from that initial disappointment in Nissan and in the garage themselves of not telling me about that damage, to where we are now I've had phone calls from Nissan UK, I've had a continual update from my local garage, and the local brand manager is overseeing the repairs himself, and he came down and instantly he said, we will fix all of this for you. You keep the car you've got. You do not have to do anything. We will even bring this car back to you, hopefully tomorrow, with all the repairs done. Actually, my estimations of Nissan and that particular garage have gone back up again, because all those ideas and all that experience I've had in the past of dealing with main dealers, where they'll do everything and anything they can to get out of doing, putting right the things that they do wrong, actually they've been the complete opposite. So, you know, I'm in no way affiliated to Nissan or that garage. I have nothing to do with any of them. I just happened to have 3 years ago bought a car from them that was an EV. I don't need to say they're good, bad, indifferent. It doesn't bother me. But actually, I'm really impressed with their customer service now. Very disappointed that it's ended up like this, because I know they went round the damaged area with a fine tooth comb because they knew that I was going to be very picky, well, it proved it, because I found some other damage. But I think what I'll do, I'll wait. Hopefully tomorrow, that car is going to be brought back to me, my car, all fixed. They were talking about putting a new wheel on it, so we'll have a look at it then, and I will go through the repairs that have been done, what it looks like, and we'll kind of round up this video then, rather than dragging it on and doing another one. So that's it for today. I'm going to go out and enjoy the rest of the sunshine, and I'll speak to you again tomorrow. Ta-da! Back in my car, and it feels very nice and familiar in here, I have to say. I've realised I haven't driven this car for just over 2 weeks, because I had the Model S, I had that for a week, and then when I took that back, this car went straight to Nissan to be repaired, and it's been there for just over a week. So yeah, I haven't been in here for ages, and you know, familiarity is such a nice thing. It makes me very happy. When I saw the car pull up again, I actually thought, oh, that looks really nice. It helps that they've put the Super Guard all over it. They've done it inside and out. That's part of the apology for what's happened, to try and make the car look nice for me. They've, this Super Guard product that you get offered when you buy a new car, that I think comes with a 3-year guarantee. Looks after the paintwork, looks after the inside. It's a little bit slippery in here now on the leather seats, but yeah, if they're all protected, especially with the kids, brilliant. That's it's really nice of them to do that. And yeah, it just, you know, after driving that new Nissan Leaf and being very impressed with it overall, and thinking I'd probably be quite tempted to get one of these, actually, I'm in no rush. This is really, really nice. I appreciate the range isn't what I need, but you know, 90% of the time it's fine. It just feels nice in here. This doesn't feel old or dated or as if anything's falling apart and needs replacing, which is, I guess, testament to the build quality of these cars. So yeah, lovely to have it back. What they've done is, obviously they've done the initial repair. I've gone over that with a fine tooth comb. I cannot see any marks or any leftover residue of where that repair has been made. It's absolutely perfect, which is great news. The little bits that they maybe didn't see before I went to collect it yesterday, they've been put right now. I can't, where that lacquer run is, it's completely gone. They've put a new alloy wheel on it, which looks great. So I can't really complain. And I was thinking before, it'd be very easy of me to go on a big long rant about all the issues that have happened and how terrible it is. But I don't think individuals are to blame. I think maybe there's a difference between the people that work in the workshop and the people that are front facing, that you or I would deal with at a garage. And perhaps especially in a huge franchise dealership like that, they don't just sell Nissans, they've got various garages there. I know they're all separate, but they're all within the same site pretty much. And I don't know that the mechanics and things, they probably don't have that appreciation that the people that we talk to have of just how picky we are with our cars. Because I was never going to be anything but super critical of anything that came back that wasn't perfect on this car. So no individual, I think, is to blame. I've had lots and lots and lots of apologies. I've had this SuperGuard put on. It's been valeted inside and out, bottle of wine. They've gone out of their way to bring the car to me. I'm not at home at the moment, but they've brought it to me. It's a 60-mile round trip for them to do that. I really can't go on a rant about it. It was wrong what happened. It should never have happened, and that I have had a little rant about. But the way I've been dealt with since then, even with those little issues, actually, as I said before, from me, high praise really for a dealership that's put right their wrongs. So it's not going to put me off now, and I guess that's the important thing. Would I buy another car from Nissan, in particular that dealer? Absolutely I would. The way I've been looked after, I have every confidence in them again now. So that is good news. So the car's back, as far as I'm concerned. That's the end of the matter. So hopefully that's given you a bit of an insight into what's been going on over the last few weeks, and well, hopefully you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, remember to like and share it, and if you're not doing so already, then subscribe to the channel. I've got an afternoon in the sunshine, and I've got myself some new friends I'm going to go and see.